what's going to happen 20 years from now when you look back at this time? What are people going to shit on you for doing right now? Because you know it's going to happen. Every decade, it seems people are looking back to the past to find the shit that they can use against people. And we didn't see any of this coming in 2019. 2020 came around, and it was just an absolute disaster. Between the riots, the coronavirus, the cancellations, there's just shit on top of shit on top of shit, and it doesn't stop. It seems like the 2020s can be compared to the 1930s, where shit starts to go downhill, the economy goes to shit, everyone's losing their jobs, people are rioting, people are protesting, people are getting canceled. People hate their president. People hate their prime minister. The world hates each other. No one can agree on anything. There's opposing sides. No one can come to a common ground. And it's going to lead to a war. Just like it did in the early 20th century. 20th century. Yeah. Okay? And then a war is going to happen. All right? We're going to settle whatever differences we had. Whatever side's going to win, will win. And then we'll have a few decades of just like peace and tranquility. Being satisfied over the fact that we are not going through hardships anymore. And we'll at least take the time to agree with one another. It seems like this is a trend throughout human lives. After a war happens, we become peaceful and we try to get along. We try to do things for the benefit of everyone. And then new generations come along, and then new generations, and then new generations. And those generations don't grow up with their parents telling them what it was like living in war times. And, people become complacent and privileged because they don't have the hard times. They just grew up with good times, and their parents grew up with good times, and even their parents grew up with good times. So it gets to a point where people just start complaining about shit that's just basic problems. And people feel like their life is tragic and a tragedy. They don't realize how hard it once was. So they complain over every little thing, like shit like this. And then people get canceled. For no reason. And then it just leads to another war so that we can appreciate the things that we do have access to. And the cycle continues.